Getting up and getting an acceleration here. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over a 2022 Ford Explorer Timberline. First and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo for giving me some time with the Timberline. Check out the inventory in the description down below. And then on a side note, I just released my car buying course, so if you want to save time and money the next time you go purchase a car, link to that in the description below as well. Let's get into the video. So under the hood, we have a turbocharged 2.3 liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 21 on the highway, with power outputs being 300 horsepower and then 310 pound-feet of torque. Let's go over the front end of the Timberline. So first off, in normal Explorer fashion, you have the raised portion on either side of the hood, which is kind of just like a Ford design touch. And then you guys can see the LED accent light there at the top with the reflector LEDs for the headlights. Fog light just down below. And then you guys can see here with the orange accenting around there and then on the tow hooks as well. It kind of has like some gold flake in it, so it's a pretty cool appearance. And then obviously got the little Timberline mountain logo right there. And we have the skid plate action there at the bottom. And overall, it's really good looking from a front end perspective for an Explorer. Coming on the side here, I've got two 65mm tires wrapped on 18-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see with the design on the wheels, it has that off-roader type appearance, and the wheels are blacked out, which again goes to that theme. And then here's a quick look at what you can see with the front suspension and then also the tire tread. Super aggressive all-terrain tires. Now it's got the plastic fender flares and then all down the side as well. And then notice the mirrors actually match the fender flares. Blacked out pillars, which I think look fantastic. Got the rails there at the top, and here is your full side view with the Timberline. And then last but not least, here is a view of what we can see of the rear suspension. So here's our key fob. We have our unlock, lock, remote start, and then the opening for the hatch. Ford logo there on the back. We'll do the opening here for the hatch, and boom. So in normal Explorer fashion, you guys will see that we have a charging port here in the rear. As for the seats, you got all these straps to basically throw them down, pull them up, all that fun stuff. There are no buttons or switches to throw them down, but we do get some extra storage space underneath there. And like most third row SUVs in this segment, storage space behind the third row is pretty limited. So if you want like usable storage space, throw down the third row and that'll give you quite a bit more. And when you're done, you got the lock and then press that and that will lower down the hatch. Now finishing things up here in the rear. First off, you guys can see the LED lights that are kind of like a signature part of the Explorer now, just the look of them. Got the Timberline badge here, got the Explorer badge, and again, it's got the same like plastic trim here. Camera there at the bottom, receiver hitch as well. Parking sensors all along the bottom, and notice how they have the silver trim to kind of make it look like a skid plate there on the back, which is pretty cool. And other than that, that is all for the rear. Now here's the door panel in the back. You guys can see the padding here and then the stitching that goes throughout. I think it looks great. I love the design here with the speaker for the sound system, how it like integrates the door handle into it. I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. Cup holder, and here are these seats. So again, you've got the stitching that matches the accenting on the outside. You've got the cloth trim here in the center of the seat, and so I think the contrast looks very nice if you ask me. Popping in, you can see legroom, and then headroom as well, and then notice here with the storage space. And then you guys can see here with the climate controls, got a single zone climate here for the rear, heated seats as well. That might not be as apparent, and then charging ports and all that fun stuff. And, well, you guys get to stare at my feet going through, because I usually do my face, but we'll do the feet today so you guys can kind of see. There's a legroom in the back. So headroom's good, legroom's cramped, but there's kind of like storage space here. It looks like up here as well, and then down here on top of that. So it's pretty decent. It's got a little cup holder, but let's head to the front. Now let's go over the door panel here in the front. So you guys can see the padding and the stitching all throughout all of our window controls here. And then notice you got the mirror adjustments, door lock and unlock, and again, same cool design. The mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And here are the front seats. So notice again, same design as the rear seats. Got the Timberline logo here. And then you can see here with the inserts in the center. Power adjustments right there. And then you can see the pedal layout down below with the double pull for the hood latch release. And then I love how the aux button is right here. And we had the little light for it down below, which is pretty interesting. And there's a remote before we pop in. So here is the steering wheel, which I absolutely love. So you've got leather here at the top and at the bottom. And then again, contrasted stitching that matches the exterior. But you've got this nice perforated leather, and this steering wheel actually reminds me of the Raptor steering wheel in terms of like how beefy it is, the finger grips on the back. I think it's fantastic. Paddle shifters here for that 10-speed automatic. We've got our adaptive cruise control, steering assist controls for the center, voice command, phone controls, all that fun stuff. Turn signal stock. We've got our windshield wiper stock, and well, that's all for the steering wheel. Now here is the center gauge cluster. You got RPMs on the left side, on the right side you've got the speed, and then here in the center screen, there's a bunch of different menus that you can scroll through to see different bits of info on the vehicle. And then the most exciting thing is the drive modes. We got our normal, eco, sport, then we have our tow haul mode, and then the other side we have our slippery, trail, and then our deep snow and sand. That trail mode is kind of a big thing for the Timberline package. Now here is the infotainment system. First off, we pop it into reverse. You guys can see backup camera with trajectory lines that do turn with the steering wheel. Got the zoom function. And there's a few different viewpoints with the camera system. If I press park and then press camera button again, notice that the camera pops up again. And we have a front camera as well. So that's going to help out with off-roading, actually, just from a visibility perspective. As for the rest of the infotainment system, this is Ford's smaller unit, but it has, pretty much all the same features and functions as the larger unit. It's really easy to use overall, and yeah, there you go. We've got our controls here for the radio, hazard lights, and then the camera button to pop that on. And then you guys can see here climate controls just down below, heated seats, heated steering wheel, and then you can see this is kind of like our charging area, kind of, is what I would call this section down here. You can cover it up if you don't want to see it. Shifter for that 10-speed automatic with the manual mode. Got a couple cup holders here with the parking brake, auto hold, and then you guys can see here with the drive mode select, traction control, and then the hill descent control. And then here's the whole center console setup, and you can see storage space there for your phone. Pretty normal glove box, and then I love this trim right here. Looks pretty cool. As for the dash, it's just like rubber basically. Got the mirror with the manual dimmer, and if the camera will illuminate, there you go. Panoramic sunroof here at the top, got the controls for the sunroof, and there you go. So there's a ton of glare, you guys won't be able to see the window sticker, but we kind of already went over it. The main stuff with the Timberline package is like the skid plates and the accenting and the interior and the tow hooks and all that kind of stuff, and obviously the off-road tires as well. Anyways, total MSRP is $49,185, and let's take it out and see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. There's visibility over the hood, and we'll actually clean the windshield. Both the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring, and then throughout the rest of the rear, and that's set off. Now, before we drive this Timberline, nobody's bought this Mustang with the white package. There's so many comments by people saying that they want to buy this car, and then nobody buys it. Suspicious. Anyways, let's actually drive the Timberline. So, first off, you guys know, like I said, I already talked about the steering wheel. It is amazing. I just love the grips on the steering wheel. I think it's perfect. And yeah, I mean, for a third row SUV, this is my favorite steering wheel in the car market right now. Actually, we're gonna go the other way because there's quite a bit of traffic tonight. Other than the steering wheel, seat comfort's actually really good. So these inserts here keep the seats pretty neutral, but they have this nice padding effect to them that I think is really great as well. Overall, from a seat perspective, very comfortable, and you will not be disappointed with these seats. Getting up and moving, definitely torquey. Change the drive mode to Le Sport, pop it in the manual mode. So press M. Transmission's good too. 10 speeds responsive. Yeah, definitely love the responsive nature of the 10 speed. Getting up and getting an acceleration here. I mean, the 2.3 is quick. It is actually quick. We're gonna pop it back into the automatic setting. Yeah, the 2.3 does good from acceleration perspective. In the sport mode, it does the downshifts for you. It's pretty cool. So I know this is a little bit of a short drive, but I actually have driven the Timberline before, so I didn't need to really take it out for too long. Here's what I have to say. Exterior wise, I think this looks amazing as for an Explorer, right? Really good with that. Interior wise, you know, it's kind of like your middle of the line package for an Explorer. And then from a driving perspective, it feels very smooth. Tires are great, right? There's just so much utility with that. I'm all about utility, you guys know that. And then the 2.3 is more than enough power. It accelerates so well. And here's what I have to say is, you've got like the new Grand Cherokee L, you've got the Dodge Durango, and you know, there's a bunch of other, like Chevy Traverse, there's a bunch of other third-row SUVs in the segment. The thing I like about the Timberline compared to those other SUVs is this has utility, right? This is an actual off-road package. Like Jeep is an off-road brand, but the Grand Cherokee L doesn't have a true off-road package yet, because I haven't seen like a Trailhawk version of that. Whereas this is affordable. It's under $50,000, so it's the same price as like a Grand Cherokee L Limited, but it's got the off-road utility, and I like that. So yeah, if you're looking for a cool off-road third-row SUV, or something that's just going to do amazing in the snow and you can take on camping trips and all that kind of stuff, Timberline. That's going to sum things up for our video on this 2022 Ford Explorer Timberline. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo for giving me some time with this Explorer. Check out the inventory in the description down below. I'll see you guys.